Hello, Cookeville. I'm City Manager James Mills, and welcome to this week's edition of Cookeville City Update. As we approach the end of 2024, I'd like to discuss the City of Cookeville's legislative priorities for the Tennessee State Legislature in 2025. We recently met with our representatives, Senator Paul Bailey, Representative Ryan Williams, and Speaker of the House Cameron Sexton, to request their support and assistance with two important legislative matters. For the past few years, municipalities across the state have pushed for a larger portion of the sales tax generated within their corporate boundaries to remain where it's generated. Tennessee cities and towns are the source of over 90% of the state's sales tax collections each year. The sales tax is the primary source of revenue for the state. For the last many years, the state has experienced an abundant surplus of recurring revenue. The City of Cookeville, along with other cities across the state, is requesting that a larger portion of the sales tax dollars remain where they came from. There are two components for allowing cities to retain more of the sales tax generated within their boundaries. The first is allowing local governments to receive the local share of sales tax collected on single items between $1,600 and $3,200. The sales tax is comprised of the state levy, which is 7%, and the local option tax, which in Cookeville is 2.75%, for a total sales tax rate of 9.75%. In 2002, the state increased the single article cap on sales tax from $1,600 to $3,200. It also elected to retain not only the 7% state levy on purchases over $1,600, but also the local option portion, which for us is 2.75%. It's estimated that our portion of the 9.75% sales tax on a single item between $1,600 and $3,200 would generate more than $600,000 annually. Not only would this additional revenue benefit the city, but also the county school system. The City of Cookeville provides the county school system nearly 60% of the local option sales tax generated in our corporate limits. Allowing the city to keep the local option portion of the sales tax on items over $1,600 will provide the schools with an additional estimated $360,000 in annual revenue. Just as an FYI, in fiscal year 2024, the Putnam County School System received $28 million of the local option sales tax generated in Cookeville. Also in 2002, the state increased the state sales tax rate from 6% to 7%. Since 1947, the state has shared with local governments 4.6% of each year's total state sales tax collections. This is part of what is referred to as state share taxes, which are distributed on a per capita basis. In 2002, the state decided that none of the additional 1% of the state sales tax would be shared with cities. The City of Cookeville, along with other cities across the state, is requesting that the state share 4.6% of the additional 1% collected by the state since the increase in 2002. It's estimated that this would provide Cookeville with an additional $500,000 in annual revenue. Some might ask why the state should share their portion of the sales tax with local governments. City residents incur a local tax burden that's directly attributable to financing, developing, and maintaining an economic environment that generates the state's primary source of revenue. Local governments pay for the streets, utilities, police and fire protection, and other infrastructure and services necessary for economic development. Returning a larger portion of the sales tax revenue to where the revenue is generated helps local governments keep their property tax down. In our opinion, the best government is that closest to the people, and the closest in Tennessee are our cities and towns. Keeping a larger portion of the tax dollars generated here will allow us to better provide the services and infrastructure our residents require. We are also asking our state representatives to assist us with making changes to annexation legislation, and that will be a topic for another update. That concludes this week's Cookeville City Update. Thank you for watching, and check back next Tuesday for new updates from the City of Cookeville.